Hello, everyone. It's been a heck of a week. There's been a lot going on, as you know, with these issues with my internet from Comcast, among other things. This morning on the Level 1 podcast, as I'm coming back from break, we got a lot to talk about. I have full updates on the entire situation, and yes, lots of them are actually good updates, so I'm happy to report good news to you. There actually is some game news and other things to discuss today as well. So sit back, hang in there. It's time for a very loaded edition of the Level 1 podcast. Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. It is Friday, December 1st, 2023. So, I can officially, actually, without anyone yelling at me, say happy holidays today. Now, I've been saying it for a week. But yes, officially, I think it's accepted that we can now say happy holidays to each other. Excellent. I hope that you're all in the holiday spirit. I hope that you're all ready for fun here on DSPGaming because we got so much going on right now. We've got ongoing fun playthroughs and great multiplayer sessions. We've got new games already on deck coming out within the next week and another new game that I'll be playing as well once I wrap up a playthrough. We've got holiday festivities going on all over the place. And, man, it's kind of cold in here. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I'm coming back from my day off yesterday, and before we even get to any of the stuff about my internet updates, because I know you all want to know what's going on with your Comcast internet. It was the big drama story of the last week. You couldn't even stream half the time. What is going on? All right, well, I'm going to give you updates. But before we do that, I think we should just do a very brief Phil's Day Off segment to kind of get it out of the way, to discuss, you know, what's going on with my internet. Or, excuse me, not discuss what's going on with my internet, but discuss what's going on with me outside of that. Plus, if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget about it because I know we're going to get wrapped up in all the other stuff. Yesterday, admittedly, was not a drama day for me. It was running around doing a few errands and a lot of relaxing with my wife, which I really needed after this incredibly stressful week that happened. I needed to just have some private time and some relaxing time. So I did have to go grocery shopping, which indeed I did. No big deal there, although there's a ton of people out there now for some reason. It's the end of November, early December. It's not, you know, Christmas week, but traffic's crazy. More people are out there than usual doing stuff. It's just that time of year. You have to deal with it, right? Was it awful? No, but it was very wet. It was very rainy yesterday. I had to get some pet stuff for Jasper Kitty, and I had a couple other things I had to pick up when I was about town, and then I went grocery shopping and came home. Nothing too crazy, likely. Or I should say, thankfully, nothing, you know, bad to report. We ended up watching quite a few things. We watched the end of an Alan Wake 2 playthrough, because we've been watching an Alan Wake 2 playthrough, you know, all month. Someone else playing it besides me. And basically, my wife has a different take on the game than me because she didn't play Alan Wake 1. And when it ended, she's like, you know, I really like it, but at the same time, it's so much going on at once because, like, you needed to know stuff from Alan Wake 1, which she didn't know because she didn't play the first game. So here I am trying to explain to her the plot points and everything in the game that are being brought up constantly in this. Then I'm trying to tell her about the game Control and how that carries into this, because if you didn't play Control, you wouldn't understand plot points either. But also, all the confusion around that ending, because the ending is not a definitive ending, right? It's very open to interpretation, and a lot of people to this day are still, you know, a month later debating what exactly that meant, that ending. But let me tell you something. She absolutely loved it. It's basically, here's how we're terming it, all right? Alan Wake 2 is a cerebral game. You have to be thinking constantly to understand what's going on. You got to be thinking outside the box. Is this something happening in Alan Wake's story that he's writing, or is this actually happening in the real world? Is this a hybrid of the two? In what timeline? Because remember, things are happening where you'll get a phone call, but it's from someone in the future or the past. It's like, where's this coming from? It's a game where you have to constantly be thinking about it, right? And then compare that with Starfield, a game that's like the most coast through, don't ever think, don't even give it a second of intelligence, just play it and just gel, because that's essentially what it is. It's like a game with no real, thinking required. Just go through it at a snail's pace and play 100 hours of very blasé, mediocre content, right? They're like polar opposite games. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, so we finished that, and, watched some other stuff. Nothing too major, and just a relaxing day overall. So, I'm happy to report, it wasn't a terrible day off. It was actually a pretty good one, a pretty relaxing one, which we needed to interrupt the week that was so stressful up to that point, right? So that's a good thing, obviously. And, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. I'm supposed to like, order that for dinner. We actually ordered a pizza from a local restaurant that does pan-style pizza. No, not fast food restaurant, but like a good restaurant that does pan-style pizza. And it was super duper good. We ended up getting like meatball and tomato and red peppers on it. And it was like ridiculously tasty. So that's what we had for dinner. So that's Phil's day off. I got that out of the way. So now we can actually get to the things people probably want to talk about. The two real big things are obviously the Comcast update and game news for this show. So now we can get into it. All right. Of course, I do have a schedule update for all of you as well, because this whole week now has been thrown into disarray because I didn't work the way that I was supposed to work last week. All my playthroughs are thrown into disarray, so I'm going to give you an update on that as well. Okay. All right. So let's talk. You all know what's going on with my internet. You all know by now there is a malicious employee at Comcast who was messing with my internet for months. It wasn't just a one-off thing. It was for months, okay? And it was, not to the point of just, let's mess with his internet and reset his modem. They were actually messing with settings inside, which they shouldn't have ever touched. And they then went to the point this week on Monday, committing fraud, making payments in my name, and doing things that I did not authorize, okay? So the crap hit the fan this week. And as you know, Monday and Tuesday, my streams were fully disrupted by this malicious employee who kept resetting my modem and messing with my settings, right? So, I don't want to tell you the ins and outs of every single communication that I had with Comcast this week, but what I will say is no exaggeration. I was on the phone with Comcast 3 hours on Monday, probably for over an hour on Tuesday, probably, let me think about Wednesday. Wednesday, I think I was only on the phone with them for maybe a half an hour. Yesterday, I was on the phone with them for about an hour. And this morning, I was on the phone with them right before this stream. In fact, if you're sitting here live and you're wondering, gee, why is Phil's podcast starting late today? That's exactly why. Because today, I actually got involved with someone at Comcast 5 days in who is going to handle this for me. Now you might say, handle it for me. What do you mean? They didn't do anything? No. They have done good things. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give them credit where credit is due this morning for the things that they did actually fix for me already. Because basically the way I see it, my situation is a crazy, one-off, ridiculous circumstance that Comcast never foresaw would ever happen. Now, is that okay? No. No business should have a situation where you could have malicious things happening to one of your customers just because one of your employees doesn't like them. Because for every one of me, there could be someone out there who's doing it and it never gets reported. Like, why am I getting the attention now that I need to fix this? Likely because I'm an internet streamer who made a video and stream about it back on Tuesday. I feel like if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't be having it handled at the level that I'm getting it handled. I would have just had a bunch of logs put into the system and everyone sitting on tickets and not actioning them, and my business would have continued to be interrupted and disturbed and messed up, right? Let's be honest. Not everyone is in the position I'm in, and that's not right. What's going to stop something like this from happening to someone? What if you just have For example, what if you're just someone who someone doesn't like, right? Hell, it could be a next door. What if your next door neighbor works for your ISP and doesn't like you? Now they can look up your account via basic information, find your account, and start attacking it. It's not right, right? What I'm hoping is that with this situation, there's going to be awareness and a resolution from Comcast and hopefully even other ISPs that you can't give these employees unlimited power. You just can't, because you can't trust people. I'm sorry, I hate to say it. I've been on the short end of the stick of the human experience when it comes to people who just want to hurt people for no good reason. So I know how malicious people can be just because they feel like they can get away with it, or they feel like a feeling of power or positivity. Oh, I hurt someone today, right? It's messed up. I don't know who this person is. I don't even want to know who this person is at Comcast who did this to me. I have no desire to know. I just want to do my normal business like I'm entitled to because I bought internet from an ISP. That's it. I don't want my personal information all over the internet because this idiot doxed it. I don't want all this messed up stuff happening to me in my business. This is ridiculous. So, I feel like the only reason that I'm getting the attention I'm getting now is because I'm a public figure on the internet. You've got tens of thousands of people who are aware of the situation, if not more. And I mean, it's been all over Twitter. It's been all over everywhere else. So, let us talk about what's going on. In a nutshell, after having talked to Comcast a bazillion times this week, here is the updates. You ready for this? Okay. Number one, I have a person actually at Comcast who is my direct point of contact, who I can talk to at any time about this situation. Right now, if my internet goes down, I'm supposed to contact them immediately and they will get on it. Who else has ever had that kind of attention from Comcast? Probably zero people, right? But that's what I've got right now. I've got a direct point, a direct line to help, and I will get it right away because of this situation. So that's good, right? That's a thumbs up. That's a number one. Number two, I have been notified, all right, that I will no longer have internet disruptions as a result of this employee. And that's all they could say legally. And I understand that. You know what I mean? They can't say anything else because, legal issues. But they've taken care of the problem. Okay? And that's all they can say on their end. All right? So, I should not have internet disruptions. If I do, then we have a problem. And essentially, there's a bigger problem than what they thought it was. And I need to tell them right away so they can get on it and figure out what's going on. So, I'm supposed to feel confident today that my internet won't go out. Do I feel confident? Not really. But at the same time, I'm going to take their word for it that they actually took care of this problem, because again, if they won't even give me the details, that means obviously something went down here legally. And, so who knows? I mean, of course we can all speculate. Were they fired? I would guess so. I don't think you want an employee like that working for you any further. Was anything else, going down? Maybe not only were they terminated, but now they're going to look into it and actually have legal action, because here's the thing. That's a crime. And not only can they have the evidence, they can report that to the authorities, but that's a liability for their company. They broke their company policy. When you get hired, you sign a contract that says you're not going to do that kind of stuff. And they broke that contract. There could be legal issues there as well, right? I'm not sure. Anyway, that's that. So hopefully that part of the equation is done. But that wasn't it. That wasn't the only problem. Remember, this person was committing identity theft. So I can also tell you, yes, Comcast has initiated the refund for the hundreds and hundreds of dollars that was fraudulently transferred out of my account without my permission. So that's on the way back. I mean, that takes time. That's not an overnight thing, because there's, different institutions and financial institutions involved, and everything is there, right? So, the money is coming back. That's a good thing, right? However, there is tons of issues still lingering. My information was posted all over the internet. Stuff that should not be public on the internet. That should be private information. And that's a major problem. There's potential that identity theft is still happening and fraud is still being attempted. And it's probably not from that person, but it could be others. So, essentially what has to happen is all my accounts now need to be constantly monitored for any kind of malicious activity. Is anyone impersonating me, trying to do things in my name? It's messed up. Again, it should never have come to this point, but it has because of essentially negligence. So, in that regard, this morning, I submitted a ton of information to Comcast. All right? Evidence of everything that happened in my modem back in October, everything that just happened in my modem this week, evidence that all my information in my account was changed by this employee and what exactly was changed, evidence of other things as well. I'm not going to go into massive detail about everything about it, but I just sent a ton of stuff. All right? So, here's the deal. If everything goes according to plan, all right, hopefully, I will not have any further interruptions whatsoever. And what I mean by that is, hopefully, everything will be going fine. I will not have any more internet going down, and I won't have to mention this publicly again. I never wanted to. Like I told you guys on Tuesday when I did the giant stream about it, I didn't want to have it come to that. I just wanted to have it handled behind the scenes and fixed, and it wasn't happening. That's why I had to take it public. And when I did, all of a sudden, the tone changed. All of a sudden now, oh crap, we got to fix it. Sometimes you got to put your foot down, but again, it's not fair because the normal person doesn't have that option like I do. I shouldn't have had to use that option. It should have been, I get the help I needed on Monday, right? But I guess that's life, right? So, the good news is, if everything goes according to plan, I will no longer be mentioning this publicly. Everything will be taken care of. All right? Now, if it doesn't, and we're having more interruptions in my work, and we're having more issues, then I got to talk about it again. I'll talk about it again. But I don't want to. I'm hoping that's it. This will be the last time I mention it. We wrap this up. We nip it in the butt, as they say, or nip it in the bud. I don't even know what the saying is. I'm so stupid. But it's over with. All right? I will continue to work with Comcast on a personal level here, or a professional level, I guess I should say, to fix this, and make sure it doesn't happen again. But you don't need to know about it. I apologize you ever even needed to know about it, because you shouldn't have ever been in the loop, but I had to do that in order to get the help I needed. All right? So, fingers crossed that Comcast continues to handle this properly. Make sure it doesn't happen again. Make sure there is no more further problems in this situation. And, that they handle me fairly too. And what I mean by that is, just think about it. This week alone, there were multiple streams disrupted. Because some people are asking me about my modem now. I had to buy a modem. That modem that's over there that I'm using right now is mine. I had to drop hundreds of dollars to buy that rush to have it for the stream so that someone couldn't go in there and mess the settings. That other modem, that Comcast modem, I'm getting rid of. I'm not keeping that modem. I refuse. So that I'm trading in. I got all this stuff I'm going on. So you got to hope that they're going to do the right thing, but we don't know. We're going to see what happens, okay? And go from there. But this should be really the last time that we have to talk about it, I hope. If they do the right thing, if they handle this fairly and then we're good. But we have to see what happens. But that'll be on my end. It's a private thing now at this point. It's not a public thing. Unless it goes public again because of other issues. But again, if it's in my power, I don't want to talk about this publicly again. I don't think we need to. All right? So there you go. And some people use a VPN. A VPN? What was that going to do for anything? A VPN would have never stopped anything going on right now. I don't even know what you're talking about. And others were like, are you going to use their modem again? Of course I'm not. I already bought my own. I'm keeping it. That's going to be the modem I use from now on. I am not allowing anyone maliciously to mess with that and go into it and change settings and do messed up stuff. Absolutely not. I just refuse. Okay? So, okay. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have to say. And I'm happy. The only thing is I'm sad that there was a disruption today. Obviously, I didn't want my stream to be late. It had to be late because I had this call and or a bunch of information I had to send to Comcast. We're hoping now that it gets resolved. And that's that. All right? So that's all I have to say about that. Thankfully, hopefully it's over. Because, man, I would sure love a whole month of fun here with you guys and not have to worry about this bullshit every day, right? It'd be pretty stupid if we have to keep worrying about this nonsense, so hopefully we don't. So there you go. So that's that in that regard. Now, obviously, everything is screwed up, right? Like, my whole week is screwed up because I had Monday I couldn't stream normally. Tuesday I couldn't stream normally. Wednesday I was going to stream normally, and then my head rejected me. It made me feel like crap, and luckily my wife pulled me out of bed, so I did eventually do some work, which is good because we finished Starfield. But now I have to, like, redo the whole schedule. So you guys, need to know what's going on. So let's talk about that. This is the first time I'm actually going to tell you the real amended schedule now. All right, so today we are resuming Super Mario RPG. We already missed multiple streams of it, but we're going to bring it back now. It's going to be normal today, okay? Basically, we're picking up where we left off. We had just arrived at Monstro Town, and Monstro Town is unique because in Monstro Town, not only is there, like, story-based elements, there's also a lot of side content. And you're going to see today, like, we already initiated this first big riddle and stuff like that. But there's other stuff, too, going on in Monstro Town. So we're going to investigate and do a lot. 3 hours of Super Mario RPG after this podcast ends that I hope you'll stick around and enjoy and chill. It's a chill game. It absolutely is. It's a turn-based RPG from the 90s. It's a classic. I hope that you guys will stick around and hang out with me and enjoy. We need kind of a relaxing stream regardless. After all the nonsense of this week, it's nice to have a relaxing stream, I feel. So I hope you'll stick around and engage and support and have a good time with me today in Mario RPG. Tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it is Street Fighter 6 Friday Night Fights. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's the big night. Tonight, I am going to go online and play ranked matches with Dalsim for the first time. We're going to see how my placement matches go and then go from there. Now, I did watch, again, probably about another 30 or so minutes of top-ranked gameplay with Dalsim last night. The one thing I'm really not doing with Dalsim, and this is a big problem, jab is his best asset. I mean it. Standing jab is his best normal, and it interrupts a ton of things and catches a lot of people off guard, all right? What some people have even done, the top Dalsims, they'll do a combo that grounds the opponent. They'll teleport behind, not the aerial, but the ground teleport behind as the opponent's getting up, and they could do like a standing jab or a down back short, and if it connects, you could keep doing low jabs, and off of that, you could do level 1 super. You can drive rush and do more jabs into fireball. Like, you have options, and it's actually almost like a Dalsim rush down. I know that sounds like, wait, what? The slowest character who's supposed to be a keep away character is played in a rush down style. Yeah, you can play him with a rush down as long as you utilize the jab. And I'm definitely not doing that. When I get people in my face, I'm constantly getting stuffed. You know why? Because I keep trying to do low jab, and low jab's good, but standing jab is better. Like, standing jab is the normal you're supposed to be doing to interrupt their strings or to keep them in block stun themselves. Like, if I knock them down in the corner, like, let's say I do a wall bounce, I do a combo, they get knocked down. What I should be doing then is doing, like, fireball, drive rush, jab, jab, jab into fireball, and then again, drive rush, keep locking them down to try to get their meter all the way down. That's what a lot of Dalsims are doing. A lot of Dalsims will actually mix it up and do jabs and all of a sudden do drive rush in the middle. Or not drive rush, drive impact in the middle. And people don't expect that from Dalsim. So they get caught. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of things to think about. Tonight I go online in ranked with Dalsim and we see what happens on PS5. I have no clue how this is going to go. Keep in mind that when I played, this game almost 6 months ago now, I had almost no knowledge of what I was doing when I played with Dalsim back on Xbox. Now playing it on PS5 and having all the knowledge and everything that I have, I'm hoping. I mean, ideal would be, obviously, I place Diamond. That's the highest you can place in your ranked matches. I don't know if I will, because if I keep facing tough situations like camis and stuff like that, I'm probably going to lose a bunch of matches, and they're probably going to put me in, like, gold or even platinum. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But the way I see, I don't really care. I really don't. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm excited to see how it goes tonight. Now, also, you may not be aware of this. There is an update for Street Fighter 6 today. And it adds a ton of new content, including all of the new outfits for all the characters and other content. However, we're going to talk about that in the news because there's big controversy around it. People are freaking out. And I think it's rightly so. So I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. All right, we'll get to that in the game news section. All right. But let's continue with the schedule. Tomorrow is Saturday the 2nd. Tomorrow it will be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 as the daytime stream. Yes, finally, we're going to have a regular Modern Warfare 3 stream for the first time in almost a week. After all the nonsense with my internet, tomorrow it goes back to the daytime stream. I hope you guys will join me for that because, as you know, I've been loving playing that game with all of you. Every time I'm doing something different. Last time around, was I using the Tonfa? I can't even remember because it was Monday and everything was screwed up. But we were having fun with the Tonfa. You know, eventually I want to unlock everything, like the dual handguns and everything, and just have a zany time in the game. By the way, coming up, is it this week? I believe the new Warzone launches. So that'll be interesting to actually finally try the new Warzone. A lot of people have been asking about it and for it. And it comes out, and we'll give it a shot when it comes out, whenever that is, okay? So, Modern Warfare 3, multiplayer Saturday. Saturday night, the return of Like a Dragon Gaiden, a nice late-night chill stream. That'll be fun. So, Sunday's the weird day. Why? Well, Sunday, it's going to be my React show, DSP versus the Internet. So I urge you, if you are a member over there, there's a lot of new members from last week who were gifted memberships. Please post up your video nominations for this week's show as soon as possible. You absolutely must have them submitted by the end of Saturday night. If you don't, they're not going to make it on the show, okay? So please do that over on that channel. That's youtube.com/@DSPReacts. That's my channel address for the React content. And that'll be the major show on Sunday. Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is very important. On Sunday night, December 3rd, there is no late stream. I'll repeat that. There will not be a late night stream. Why? Because I actually have patron private React videos to do. And this month, I have a significant amount of them where I have to take the time to do it. So I need to actually take a stream off to record it. It's not just like I have one quick one to do. I have a long amount to film this week. Okay? So, no late night stream on Sunday. My apologies. I know a lot of you enjoy the late night streams. There will not be one on Sunday. Monday, we return with more Super Mario RPG and more Street Fighter 6. Tuesday, all right, here's the thing. Modern Warfare 3 and Like a Dragon Gaiden. Okay, but then what about Wednesday? Because isn't Wednesday the release of Warzone? I think so. I think Wednesday the 6th is the technical release of Warzone. So if that's the case, I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're actually going to have a Warzone stream on Wednesday to give it a good push. We'll play it for the full 3 hours. We'll try it out, see if I like it, if it's something that I want to put regularly into my rotation, or if the standard multiplayer is more up to my speed, or maybe both and alternate. I don't know. But we're going to check that out when it comes out Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, it could either be Street Fighter or Like a Dragon. It really doesn't matter. Good news is we finished Starfield, so we don't have the lingering playthrough anymore. The next new game will be a week from today, and that is Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. It comes out on that day, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Ubisoft Plus subscription service so I can get it for like $18 and play the full game, just like I did with Assassin's Creed Mirage 2 months ago. So we're going to do exactly the same thing there, and we're going to play that. Now, you might say, well, wait a minute. What about the other new game you had talked about? It's RoboCop. Oh, that's coming. Don't worry. That's the other next playthrough coming, but we need to finish something. So whether that's Super Mario RPG, whether that's Like a Dragon Gaiden, whatever it is, whatever game completes next, RoboCop will be the next game in the rotation, okay? And then after that, we can play it by ear because we have many options of games to play. There's some holiday-themed games coming out. There's Lords of the Fallen. There's Sea of Stars. I mean, crap, there's like 10 games that people have been asking me for months and months that we can now look into once I wrap up the current stuff that we have on deck, okay? Now, some other quick things, okay? Remember, there's 2 events right now that I need your input on. Number 1 is the best playthrough of 2023 countdown that we're going to do. It's viewer's choice. You pick the best playthrough that I did this year. How do you do it? Right now, you can type !best of 2023 into the live chat if you're on stream. If you're not, there's a community thread from the end of November that's on the community tab. I need you to nominate your favorite playthroughs I did this year. The more nominations I get, the better. That's going to run for about 2 more weeks, and then I'm going to tally them up, and all the games that got the most nominations will then hit a poll. You guys will vote, and that's going to be a part of my year-end series this year. We're going to have Game of the Year, Disappointing Games, and viewer-voted best playthroughs of the year. So please get on that if you have not yet. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2. I need your input on what holiday specials and movies I should watch to review for DSP Reacts this month. And the good news on that is I'm going to start this week. As early as probably Monday or Tuesday of this week, I'm going to start reviewing. And it's going to be really cool. What is it going to be? I don't know yet. I have a few ideas. What I'm going to do is start reviewing your suggestions probably over the weekend. So if you haven't yet and you're a member over on DSP React, please, there's a members only thread on that channel where you can post up your ideas for holiday specials and movies to watch, and I'm going to take that to heart and watch a few of them starting this week. So please submit your submissions. And then one final thing. Okay, now this hasn't started yet. It will start very soon. I didn't get it set up for today, but probably within the next 1 or 2 days. All right, I need your suggestions and nominations for games to play during my Christmas marathon. This year, my Christmas marathon will be held on Saturday, December 23rd. It'll be all day long. I'll be in festive attire. I have many different Christmas-related sweaters that I'll be switching between and Christmas hats. I'll be drinking, probably some eggnog, maybe some whiskey, maybe some other things. We'll see what I can find. I'm going to try to look for some festive things to drink during the day. And there's going to be food. I'm probably going to order a meal for Feasting with Phil and also probably have like a Christmas-related treat or something like that like I always do. And we're going to play a variety of games together on that day that you will determine. All right? So it's not live yet, but over this weekend, I'm going to post up 2 different threads. One will be for standard viewers and one will be exclusively for channel members. You guys will nominate games. The most nominated game or most commonly nominated game in the members thread will be played no matter what during the Christmas event. Now, everyone else will be also nominating games, and those will also be played during the event. But probably, what I'm thinking is maybe 3 games. We'll probably have 3 games, each in like an hour-long segment, because you figure there'll be an intro podcast, right? Time for 3 games. Probably a segment for food, a segment for like the treat at the end of the show, and Ellipsian, I think, is psychic. I think Ellipsian actually has literally tuned into my brainwaves today, because as I was about to say it, Ellipsian in the chat says calendar update during the marathon. Yes, during my Christmas marathon, we're going to be doing the first major calendar update I've done in so many months. We're going to go through the schedule, all right, and we're going to actually name all the games that I'm playing in 2024. January, February, March, anything that has a solid release date, we're going to be going through. All right, so that should be very fun, because I need to know what I'm playing, right? We don't know. And this year, if you're not aware, coming up, 2024 is very front-loaded. It's one of the most front-loaded years ever for video games. For example, just in the first 2 to 3 months, we've got so many major games. I mean, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth within a month of each other. 2 insanely huge RPGs. Tekken 8, right? Isn't there another 1 or 2 huge games in January? I'm almost positive there are, but this is the thing, like, my brain has been, like, scrambled these last couple of months between my illness at the end of October, trying to play catch-up all November, and now this whole internet thing. I'm just a mess. I really am. I can't even remember half the time what day it is. Like, it was funny. It was our day off yesterday. I'm like, what day is today? Is it Thursday? I can't even remember what day it was because I was trying to figure out, like, what I'm doing the next day. Everything's so confusing. So it's going to be a very crazy first few months of the year for games, and I'm very excited for that. During the Christmas marathon, let's go through that calendar. Let's sort out what games to play and make that set in stone, so now we know exactly what's coming up over the next several months. I think that'd be a great idea, okay? Oh, yeah, I know. Lucky Gremlin says, Tekken's going to be awesome. There's so many characters. Tekken always is one of the most huge fighting game casts. Always. There's so much to cover there. It's good because if you like the game, there's a lot to do in it. It's bad because if you like the game, you have to learn all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to cast you never even see, and they kick your ass. Like, oh my God. It's going to be fun. Plus, I think visually, right? Isn't it supposed to be like the best looking fighting game? Like, everyone's saying it looks like it even looks better than Street Fighter 6. I hope so. Seriously, like, I'm down for that. By the way, Tekken also has a really good soundtrack, always, right? I love the soundtrack of Tekken. So that's kind of the difference. With Street Fighter 6, I kind of told you guys the one thing that was kind of lacking is the music. I don't like it as much. But I think the music in Tekken 8 might be, like, outstanding. I guess we'll have to see. Okay? Cool. All right, so that's the Christmas Marathon coming up. Soon, not yet, you can nominate games. I'll let you know when it's live, likely in the next couple of days. So I'll let you know. Please keep your ears and eyes peeled. And I will let you know. Oh, that's right. Joel Loft says Alone in the Dark. Prince of Persia is also coming out in January. So January is going to be packed, man. And then February is loaded. Like, every month is loaded. It's absolutely insane. I don't know. So, okay. Oh, yeah. Suicide Squad. And that's a maybe for me, right? But that's coming out too. Oh, my God. Dude, it's going to be wild. It's going to be absolutely wild. There's so much going on. Oh, my God. Well, we'll have to figure it out as we get to it, right? And by the way, I also want to say to everyone here, a lot of people are contributing this morning. Thank you for that very much. You know I do my shout-outs here at the end of the show. I absolutely will give you your time that you're due. We'll update the leaderboard, but I want to get to all my topics before we get to that. Thank you so very much, everyone contributing this morning. I really appreciate that. A great positive return to streaming this week. Thank you for that. Okay, so let's see. That's the schedule. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Are you ready? I'm ready. I don't know if you're ready, but I'm ready. Okay? It's time for my favorite segment. Oh, it's time for your favorite segment. It's time for everyone's favorite segment. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for DSP News. That is correct. That is not a festive color. Blue? Blue is not festive. Get that the frick out of here. No. We need a holly jolly color. How about that? I missed it. It would be nice if I clicked it. Here we go. That's much better. Much better. Wait, that's like almost pink. Hold on. If only I had prepared this earlier, but you know me. There we are. That's beautiful. Bright red. All right. Almost matches my shirt. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DSP News. Let's talk. We have many stories to discuss this morning. Story number 1. Electronic Arts, also known as EA for short, has patented a new feature in video games. You ready for this feature? I'm curious what you guys think about this. Listen to this. You ready? You're going to be able to import your voice into the character creation tool of EA video games, and using AI technology, the game is going to auto-generate your voice, and that voice will be used as the voice actor for the game. I'm not kidding. They patented this. Now, it's not released. It's not, I don't know if it's been tested, but they have the patent in for it right now. Okay? So, I can see this is a mixed bag. I mean, you want to talk about the ultimate immersive experience, putting yourself in the game. Imagine playing Call of Duty, and as you're running around, it's your voice saying, Tango! Foxtrot! They're going to be coming from behind! Coming up! It's you. It's actually you yelling that, right? Interesting. Or you're playing an RPG, right? And all these voice dialogue lines have been recorded, but it basically gets edited to sound like you. So you are the protagonist. That could be interesting. At the same time, is that kind of creepy? Right? I guess you have to give your permission, right? Like you have to, probably when the game boots, it'll say, hey, by doing this, you're giving permission to use your voice if you happen to use the character creation tool or whatever. It's not going to give EA the right to just use your voice for everything. Imagine that. Imagine if like a celebrity, you know, wanted to play a video game. What if, like Seth Rogen, right? He boots up a video game and he wants to play it, and then EA steals his voice and puts it into all of their other games. Oh, shit. You want to talk about the Screen Actors Guild having issue with AI in movies? Imagine if you were just playing a video game and they stole your voice to use in all their other content without your permission. That would be pretty wild. Okay? So, here's the thing. The idea is interesting. And I think this could work for certain games. But only certain games, right? Like, for example, I want games where characters are literally real characters in the game. I don't want it to always be me. I don't want me to always be in the game. You understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the protagonist should be a set character with a back. When I'm playing God of War, I don't want Kratos to be Darkside Kratos. I just want him to be Kratos. You know, with his own story, his own voice, his own attitude. I don't need to be Kratos. You understand? So, the thing I think a lot of people are afraid of is the more that AI gets implemented in creative works like this, well, what happens to the actual voice actors? Are they out of a job? Because if the AI is used to do all the voices, then they don't need voice actors anymore. Right? So, I think a lot of people are kind of, rightly so, starting to freak out a little bit about it. And I kind of agree. I can see that slippery slope that we start to slide down if we start using AI in these ways. So, I guess we got to be careful. Like I said, it's just a patent right now. We actually don't know exactly the extent to what will happen here. But Excuse me. But, it's definitely interesting and something to start talking about and thinking about, right? I mean, honestly, yeah, I think that would be pretty dope if I'm playing Call of Duty and my character has my voice. I think I would actually like that, right? Or, what if you're playing like Street Fighter 6 and you have your created my avatar? I have an avatar in Street Fighter 6. How cool would it be if it had my voice, right? That would be really neat. But I don't want Blanca to have my voice, right? I want to hear the Blanca voice actor. You see the difference? Okay. Continuing on the flip side of this, imagine how scary a survival horror game would be if it was my voice yelling at you the entire time. Going to eat your soul. Excuse me. I got a little worked up. I'm sorry about that. Let's continue. Our next story, Beetlejuice 2 has wrapped filming. The movie starring Michael Keaton resuming his role as Beetlejuice, Winona Ryder resuming her role as, I forgot her name, the daughter, now she's an adult, Jenna Ortega, who I believe is playing the daughter of Winona Ryder, Willem Dafoe, who's going to play a different ghost than Beetlejuice, Catherine O'Hara resuming the role of Winona Ryder's mother, and Monica Bellucci, I have no idea what role she'll play. And this movie comes out September 6th. This is weird to me. Why? Beetlejuice was one of the weirdest, wildest, most original, funny, scary, unique movies of the 1980s. I remember seeing this when I was a kid a zillion times. It was all over the place. It was on all of, the movie, like HBO and all those channels. They turned it into a kids cartoon show, which is hilarious because the movie definitely is not for children. It's very scary. It even has the F word in it. So, it's obviously not for that, but, I mean, a million kids saw it, including me, and the movie's outstanding. It's actually one of Tim Burton's earliest works. This was one of his breakout movies that got him noticed and got him more prominent roles in the future. And it's great. It's a great movie. It's well done. It's got stop motion animation. It's got jokes. Basically, it showcases the talent of a lot of people, too. Gina Davis and was Alec Baldwin. I didn't even know who the hell they were at the time. And I saw them in this movie, and then I wanted to see other movies with them because I thought they were outstanding actors in this movie. They were. They do a really good job in this movie. So, yeah, absolutely, positively, one of the great movies of the 80s. And now it's coming back on September 6th. However, it's not Tim Burton, right? Tim Burton didn't make this movie. So, it could be very different. Now, the thing is, I would like to think that if they got this much of the original cast back, that basically they were on board with this movie. Honestly, I don't think Michael Keaton would have done it if it sucked. Because you look at what Michael Keaton has done, he usually does really good movies. He really reserves his acting for quite good movies. So I feel like if he was going to do Beetlejuice 2, it had to be something of great writing and stature, So I would hope it's really good. The reason I'm really bringing this up, you might say, well, it's not game related. Yeah, but this is something from my childhood. It's pretty neat. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, it's Beetlejuice 2, almost 40 years after the fact. You know what I'm saying? If they were going to make a Beetlejuice 2, you would have thought they would have done it 25 years ago. Who the hell remembers Beetlejuice except people who are nostalgic like me in their 40s, right? If you're in your 40s, if you're in your 40s or 50s, you probably remember Beetlejuice. You're oh, Beetlejuice 2. But I don't know if this is going to get a whole new audience. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm wrong, and that would be good, because if the movie is good, if it's as good as the first one, I'm down for that. But I don't know. I'm a little skeptical, quite frankly. I guess we'll have to see when it comes out in September. I'm kind of interested. I don't think I'm going to see it in movie theaters. I don't think I'll ever go to a movie theater ever again. Probably not. But I definitely want to see it, okay? He came back for The Flash as Batman, and that movie was awful. Yes, but here's the difference, Josiah. The idea was good. The movie was awful, but the idea of him coming back as Batman from a multiverse is not a bad idea, I feel. That sounds like a good movie premise, that you're going to have all these different versions of the heroes from different universes kind of coming together, converging for a plot line. That sounds like a good idea. He didn't make the movie shitty. That was the director's fault, you see? So, anyway. So let's hope it's good. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Next story. Game Pass games coming to Game Pass starting right now. First of all, Remnant 1 and 2 are currently on Game Pass. If you're interested in those Remnant games, they're both on Game Pass right now. Today, Spirit of the North and SteamWorld Build. What are those? I have no idea. Coming on the 5th, Clone Drone in the Danger Zone, Rise of the Tomb Raider, While the Iron's Hot, and World War Z Aftermath. On the 7th, Goat Simulator 3. Which is funny because there is no Goat Simulator 2. They went from 1 to 3. That one's free now on Game Pass on the 7th. Maybe we should check that out because I skipped it. But, you know, Goat Simulator is a pretty wild game. On the 8th, Against the Storm. On the 12th, Tin Hearts. And on the 14th, Far Cry 6, which is kind of interesting. Previously, Far Cry 6, you either had to buy it or was available on Ubisoft Plus. But now it's going to be on Game Pass, so you don't have to get the Ubisoft Plus subscription if you want to play it. Okay, so that's what's coming up so far this month on Game Pass. Now, everyone already knows this, but it's worth mentioning. The GTA 6 trailer, the new first trailer that's going to hype the game, will be released on December 5th. So that's in 5 days. So that's not Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's Tuesday morning. So, and by the way, it's at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, so that would be 6 a.m. Pacific. Yes, I will watch the trailer, and I will talk about it on this podcast this coming Tuesday morning. I will let you know what I think about the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. Cool. I'm excited to see what they've done with this game. Is that leaked footage we saw a year ago legit, or was it all bullshit? We're going to find out. Will CJ finally return? All right, let's stop with the nonsense right now. I'm not one of these weirdo conspiracy theorists. Let's just see what happens on Tuesday morning, okay? And then last but not least, let's talk about the controversy around Street Fighter 6. As I said, today is the first major content update for Street Fighter 6 outside of a new character releasing. They're finally releasing everyone's outfit 3s. Okay, which is their third outfit for the main character you can use in online and ranked play. As well as other content. Like, for example, you can now buy a pack of anime-like cartoon avatars that you can now use in the versus screen when you're playing online for each character. And other things, like they're adding a whole bunch of customizables and things to the game that you can now purchase. Of course, they're all microtransactions. So you might say, so, are they making these affordable? Well, I don't know because I haven't been in the game yet. We're going to find out tonight when I boot the game up, right? But from what people are reporting who got the update this morning and booted the game, listen to this. Okay? So all 18 characters have an outfit 3. Each one, apparently, from what people are saying, costs like more than $5. Unless you buy the ginormous coins pack that gives you the discount on coins. Like, if you want one outfit, you have to buy 2 packs, and each pack is $5. So you have to spend $10 in order to buy one outfit. So they did the math, and like, if you buy the giant credits pack, you can get them for like $70. Just think about that. The cost of the game of Street Fighter 6 right now, you could get it for around $30 to $40, depending on where you buy it. But the cost of the outfits in the game is $70. Right? That's pretty expensive. What's weird about that is their outfit 2s, which were in the game at launch, were 50 coins each. So why was outfit 2 50 coins, but outfit 3 is a minimum of 300 coins? Why is it 6 times more expensive to buy outfit 3? That sounds like a lot of bullshit to me. What sucks is I was interested in getting it. Like, I was going to get Dalsim's outfit tonight. I was. And I was like, oh, it'll be probably like a couple bucks. Well, I guess I have to buy 2 packs. I'm going to have to spend like $10 to buy Dalsim's outfit. And that sounds like a bunch of shit. Listen, I get it. They're going to nickel and dime people. This is not the first time. Street Fighter 4 did it. Street Fighter 5 did it. All the Street Fighters have done it since they went digital. They've all done this. I remember Street Fighter 4. Those packs were absolutely ridiculous. How much they were charging for these skins and everything. I remember that shit. So, I think people are just seeing sticker shock right now and go, oh my god! But this is how Capcom gets that stream of revenue out of their fighting games. It's not people just buy the game. It's every new outfit, every new update, you buy the new character for the new, right? The new DLC character. For me, I'm still getting 4 more? No, 2 more. I'm still getting Akuma and who the fuck is Ed? Some stupid idiot Ed. Dumbass fucking character I'll probably never like or use. But Akuma I'm interested in. So yeah, I'm still getting 2 more because I had bought the deluxe edition of the game when it came out. So yeah, so that's still coming. But, yeah, I think people are a little upset. I get it. Listen, I get it. I get why you're upset. But at the same time, maybe not. You know what I mean? Like, maybe not. Like, I guess maybe some people get a little bit too excited or too upset about things. I don't think there's really that much of a reason to be upset. It's something that you don't need to get. You know, it's a optional thing. It's not necessarily, oh, you must buy. Like, I would argue each DLC character is a must buy. Even if you're not going to play the character, you need to know how to face them. And you can't learn how to face them until you know what their moves are. And you know what their moves are until you own them when you play them. Get it? So if you're going to play this game competitively, you have to buy the DLC characters. You just have to. Like Aki, I don't like that character. At this point, I can't even do the execution with my hand. I just can't do it. But by having her and playing with her, I understand how she works. Same thing with Rashid. I played with Rashid. I did pretty good with him. I don't know if I would ever go back to him. I don't know if he's my style. But at least because I have him and I've played with him on launch day, I understand him and now I know what to expect, fighting-wise, strategy-wise when I fight against him, right? So, there you go. At least you don't have to, you're not kind of required to buy the skins. But I might get some. Like, the Blanca one is the stupidest, ugliest skin I've ever seen. It's just a waste. The skin was already in the game for your avatar, and now they're charging you to put it on Blanca. That's just an insult. But for example, the Dalsim one, I think is his best skin of all 3 skins Dalsim has. I think skin 3 is his best one. So tonight, I literally might buy that outfit on the stream. I think I legit might because I like it a lot. I think it's going to make it feel cool. I'm trying to play ranked with the new outfit and everything. So, we'll see. Okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is DSP news for today. I'm happy we finally got a full news segment. We haven't had one in a while. And it was good to have a day with all the news kind of accumulated and saved up. Now, here's the thing. We got a lot of shout-outs to do. A lot. So, let's get to them. Okay? So, first of all, thank you to Monty Mole, who became a member this morning. I don't know if that counted as a new membership or not, but I appreciate that. Jared did a super chat and says, why did you buy Starfield when you could play it on Game Pass? Because I wanted to play it early. You guys convinced me. I'm serious. You guys convinced me to play the game early. You wanted to see it several days early, so I paid the extra money. It wasn't that much more, right? It was like, I want to say it was like $15 extra or something like that to get it early. So I bought that premium edition to play it a few days early. And it worked out. People wanted to see it right away. So to see it a few days early, it worked out. It wasn't like it wasn't worth the investment. But, overall, the game's a big disappointment, right? Okay. Big Ocho gifted a membership to the channel. Sadly, I can't see who it went to. But congratulations, whoever got the gifted membership from Big Ocho. Then the Lucky Gremlin dropped a 10-member bomb on the channel. Congratulations to the following people. Decline Host, Akshot Modi, Chemo, Ultrasonic Assquake, what a name, Atomic, Sister Fister 5000, Mouth of Madness, Cheerios, and JB. Congratulations to all of you, and if you got a gifted membership, be sure to thank Lucky Gremlin and be very appreciative. And Lucky Gremlin, thank you so much for supporting the channel during this nice holiday season. I really appreciate that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check this out and see how many members we have total in just a sec so I can update the total, okay? In the meantime, it's actually getting legit cold in here. I'm going to close the window. It's that cold in here today. Wow. The temperatures have really dropped. Yeah, the temperatures have legitimately really dropped badly. So, there you go. Okay. So, thank you, Lucky Gremlin. Declan also became a member this morning. Thank you to Declan for becoming a channel member. How do you say this name? Gotrek Gurnison did a $2 super chat and says, Happy Friday. Thank you very much, Gotrek. Let me get you on the leaderboard because you're actually the latest super chatter. What the? Where'd the G go? I swear I pressed it. Thank you, Gotrek. And Great Zero Taste re-upping their membership for 9 months. It says 9 months. That is right, Grade Zero. Thank you. Let me go ahead. And check on how many members we have. Okay. Let's see. There we go. We're currently at 524 members. Thank you. That is correct. Evelyn actually made an important point in the chat. Evelyn said the Google purge is coming. Are you guys aware of this? Because we talked about this a few months ago. So basically, here's what's happening. Google is going to look at accounts that have not had any activity against them or logged in 2 years, and they're going to terminate them. However, the exceptions are if you have content. So, for example, if it's a YouTube channel, they're going to leave that. They're not going to touch a YouTube channel that has videos and content on it. But they are going to start terminating Google accounts, and Google accounts mean YouTube accounts. So, very well, in the next couple of months, you may see people, like my subscriber count may dip. I'm not exaggerating, but like 100,000 subscribers might go away. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, take a look. I have over 200,000 subs, but they're not active. Many of my subs are from back in the day, right? So I would wonder, honestly, if after this Google purge happens, will I still have over 100,000 active subs? I don't even know. I have no clue. What I can say is this. 2.5 years ago, I came to YouTube to do this full time, okay? I got left Twitch and I came here. Since then, I started off, I want to say I started off around like 180 or so thousand subs. So today we're up to like 208. So if you do the math, right? That's about maybe 20, 25,000 active subs there. And I would argue that sounds like my active sub base. Probably around 25,000. I'm serious. That's probably about it. Because when I do a playthrough, even if it's a popular playthrough, I get, 10,000 views on part 1. On an average day, I get a few hundred viewers. On each playthrough, on average, 300 to 500 views per video. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower. And you could say, well, that's spread across multiple content. Some people watch Street Fighter, some people watch Call of Duty, some people watch an RPG, some people watch an action game. So even if you spread that out, I probably have about maybe 25,000 active viewers that actually like my content. But that's fine. I'm happy with that. You understand? Like, I don't care. I'm not looking to be Mr. Popular. I'm happy that I have people who like my content and watch it and support it, you know? But the funny part is, I have my Google Play button from over a decade ago. DSPGaming, congrats on 100,000 subscribers, right? Yeah, so I'm wondering, I'm really wondering, what will the effect be on this channel? Probably this will be one of the channels most heavily affected. I don't care, though. Like, it won't be any... It won't have any bearing on my account. You understand? I don't judge myself based on subs. I never did. Subscribers was the least thing I ever judged myself on. Everyone else on YouTube, oh my God, it's all about subs. Sub to my channel, sub. I literally never said that, ever. Did you ever hear me say, hey everyone, sub? Like, never. I don't care. If you sub or not, I don't care. So, anyway. Now let's get to tips. All right, so... If I could get my email to move, it was stuck. Okay, so first of all, I actually got a tip yesterday on my day off. Okay? It was a $5 tip from Declan. He says, hopefully this would help you a tiny bit on your day off, and everything will return tomorrow and be more chill streams, like your Like a Dragon guidance stream was. As long as you continue to be honest with your audience, we're going to stick with you. We're in your corner. Keep it up. Thank you, Declan, for a $5 tip yesterday. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. So let's get that on the leaderboard. Okay. And then I received a $7 tip. Also from Declan. This morning, he says, hey, I'm glad everything seems to be going back to normal. You showed a lot of commitment lately, which I know your fans appreciate. Let's have a fun, chill day. Good luck with Street Fighter 6 Ranked tonight. Get the positive vibes going. Thank you very much, Declan. Again, so that's 2 tips. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Ooh, I'm exploding now with gas. Sorry about that, everybody. Thank you, Declan. Okay. And then I received a very generous $20 tip from Declan. Wow. Declan, you're on a roll. Thank you so much, Declan. 3 tips from Declan this morning. Thank you so much. So now we get a nice $20 animation. Let's get Declan on the leaderboard for this one, right? Good Lord. Thank you, Declan, for all the support. Let's see what he has to say. Faye Phil, I think next week will be a great week of streaming. A lot of chill games, no drama. Let's thank Kat for helping you get back on your feet. I agree. I mean, that's a big part of the reason why I streamed on Wednesday. And doing what you love. I've been really enjoying your Like a Dragon guide streams. Okay. Sounds good. And hold on. Little Shake and Bake tipped me $1. Says there's a new Street Fighter movie coming out. Can we start a petition to get you in the movie as a cameo? I don't think that's going to happen. The closest that ever happened years ago, someone contacted me, and this is many years ago, claimed that they actually were part of the movie, the Assassin's Creed movie with Michael Fassbender. Remember that movie? So apparently they were part of the actual crew and or development of the movie, and they said that they wanted to try to get me in the movie. Would I be interested? And I was like, no, not really. Not really. I mean, I like Assassin's Creed, but do I really want to be in the movie? And I was like, no. And they were like, all right, well, let me know if you change your mind. I guess they were going to try to get me on as like an extra, like a walk-on extra or something like that. But I was like, I'm not really interested in that. So, anyway, continuing on. I received a $2.50 tip from King Be Cruel. He says, I'm watching a YouTuber the other day. The topic is on the recent hate on the AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd, due to the recent changes to his video format and more. In that video, he mentioned the hate he was receiving is a phenomenon she heard called bitch-eating crackers. What it is when there's no reason to hate someone, you're mad at them no matter what they do, even if it's just them eating crackers. Like, look at that bitch eating crackers, hence the name. I feel like your haters are essentially this. No matter what you do, even if it's something positive, your haters find a reason to hate it. You could blow your nose if there's 5 hate videos on Phil sneezing. Just an observation I made. Have a good one. Yeah, you know, here, listen. Angry Video Game Nerd's been around for 1,000,000 years, right? He made a ridiculous amount of videos over the years. I mean, an insane body of work. And from what I'm going to understand, he wanted to quit. It was his intention at one point. He didn't want to continue to make the videos. He wanted to do other projects, but he was done with the nerd. He didn't want to do nerd videos anymore. And then it was actually his partner network, Screenwave Media, said, well, listen, you're kind of a content source for us. You're kind of a cash cow. You're one of the reasons why we stay afloat. If you don't keep making content, it's going to hurt us. So what we like to do is take up the reins of your videos. We'll write them. We'll produce them. We'll film them. All you got to do is be an actor in them. And when they started doing that, basically the quality went, boo, because it didn't have the passion anymore. You know what I mean? It was just you doing it for a paycheck versus doing it for fun. And I think some viewers had saw that and kind of turned against the nerd in that regard because they thought that the quality had dipped. I'll give you an example. Last year, I checked out a couple of his videos, and I thought they were terrible. I didn't think they were funny at all. It felt like he was just going through the motions for the sake of making a video, but it didn't feel fun or funny to me at all. But compare that with some of the others that I saw. Like, people started recommending videos, and they were like, watch the Earthbound video. So I watched the Earthbound one. Dude, that one was insanely good. Like, it was probably one of the best he's ever done. It was insightful. It was well written. It was super in-depth about a game that's, you know, one of the best RPGs of the 90s, you know? But then you could watch some of the other ones, like recent ones of NES games that he did in the last couple of years, and they're terrible. Like, not funny at all. Just really, you can tell, okay, he's going to say that the controls suck. He's going to say that the plot sucks. He's going to say his usual ranting, his usual mannerism. You know, like, there's nothing at all. It's not even like, you know what I mean? It's just going through the motions. So, yeah, I did see his most recent video, which was his actually finally beating Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's essentially a homage to The Exorcist. And that is super good. It's really good. If you like The Exorcist or you like his old classic videos, that one was really good. That was his Halloween special from this year. You'll like that one, okay? But I can understand. And the thing is, okay, like, what's the big deal in regard to, him not making the great content anymore? Okay? And when you say that, you say, what do you mean? Right? Well, here's what I mean. Basically, if we're in a situation where this guy has made content for so long, and he's made amazing content, and all of a sudden, it's not making good content anymore. I can understand you're upset. Okay, just you voice your opinions. You move on. Why do we all have to hate on the guy? Why is there a big campaign to crap on the AVGN? Because his content isn't as good as you remember or as you would hope it would still be. If you don't like it anymore, you could do other things with your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to dwell on it. You know, I get it. Maybe the AVGN was a formulative part of your youth. For me, AVGN was one of the reasons why I became a YouTuber. All right? But I can still go back and watch his old stuff and appreciate it if I want to. I don't have to be angry that he doesn't still make the same kind of content that I love so much, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that. It's almost like entitlement. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. And I got a $2 tip from Big Larry Gaming. I'm playing Dragon Quest Monsters today. I found a monster in the game. It's called Ant Guzzler. I don't understand why they thought that was a good name for an anteater. It sounds disturbing. I know you can't play it right now because you're playing a ton of RPGs. I hope one day you'll play it on stream. It's a ton of fun. Do you have any experience with Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest? My cousin owned Dragon Warrior. He came over to my house once to play it and show it to me. It was my first experience with any turn-based RPG. It was so different from the action-based games that I had played, like Super Mario and stuff. I didn't even understand what it was. I was like, what is this? It's so different from any game I've seen before. And then later on, years later, as I became a fan of the Final Fantasy series, right? Then, basically, I fell in love with the turn-based combat and stuff like that. And that was, you know, amazing games, obviously. And then I started playing Dragon Quest later on when they all went to the handheld, like the Game Boy Advance and stuff like that. That's when I actually started playing them. Okay? So there you go. Yes, I do have experience with that series. Shout out to Demon in the Corner, who became a channel member. And Big Ocho gifted a membership, and that one went to GV. So congratulations to Demon in the Corner. Oh, no, thank you to Demon in the Corner, I should say, for the support. And congratulations to GV. Be sure to thank Big Ocho for that gifted membership. Okay. I think... Gotta refresh here. I received a Whoa. I clicked the wrong thing. Shit. Oh, God. What did that just do? I hate when I misclick and it fucks something up. It just fucked the whole page up. Hold on. I did a horrible thing. I misclicked. Oh, my God. Load, please. Oh, my God. What is this? Well, I don't even know what I'm looking at. What the hell just happened? I know what I did. I clicked a weird filter for my emails, and now everything's fucked up. I need to click. Oh my God! Hold on a second here. This is so stupid. Here, this is what I needed. You dumb thing. What a dumb thing. Okay. I received God forbid you misclick in this day and age. You'll ship an entire fucking town to the moon by accident. I received a $25 tip from 1 Minute Man. He says, you should create a separate expense account just for Comcast so nobody can mess with your main account. Well, I wonder what you mean by that. Expense account for Comcast. See, the thing is, you can limit liability. For example, by removing all my information from my Comcast account, as I have now done, no one can mess with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's going to be able to do payments against my account if I don't have payment information in the account. And that's what I did. I removed all the information so that basically no one can mess with me, because after that fake payment was made on Monday, I was like, that's the last straw. You know, these people are out of their minds. So, but I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. But rest assured, it's getting taken care of at this point. And like I said, my goal here is that I literally don't have to talk about this again. I hope that's the case. I actually hope that I don't have to talk about this again. I guess we'll see. So we did hit our Tier 1 Tips goal. Although it's funny because we're about to go on a quick break anyway before we start the game. And, Kopelchuk. Thank you, Kopelchuk, for a super chat this morning. So, I appreciate that. Okay. There we go. Kopelchuk. Thank you very much. All right. So, guys, we're about to wrap it up for today. I want to say thank you. It's been a great show. A lot of information, news, everything shared. Correct. Do you guys have any last-minute questions or concerns or anything you'd like to talk about before we adjourn? What's up, Jay? Good to see you here today. Do I prefer Final Fantasy 4 or 6? I don't. I love both games. 4 was my first major RPG I ever really played and owned. 6 is, I feel, kind of better when it comes to certain gameplay elements and graphics, but I still absolutely love 4. Thank you to Examples for a super chat. I appreciate that. Examples. Okay. All right. Anything else? Are we good? Are we good? 672 says, I missed the podcast. I need a quick day off rundown. The day off was the most boring part of the podcast. Nothing major happened. Just chill stuff with my wife. Quick shopping. We ate pizza. That's about it. There you go. I'm glad you're good, Jay. Good to hear that. What happened to our Invincible review? It didn't happen. It didn't happen because there's so much else was going on. I got sick. It screwed everything up. And then I didn't even know this, but Invincible didn't even have a full season. It was like 4 episodes or something, right? And then they went on hiatus. It's like, well, I'm glad I didn't review it then. I didn't know they were going to do that. I thought they were going to have the whole season, like 1 episode a week, and they would have had like 4 episodes, and they went on a hiatus till next year. So what the hell was the point of that? So I'm glad. I'm actually glad I didn't even do it. Now I'm going to do Christmas stuff. John, thank you for renewing your membership today. I must have missed the notification. I apologize for that, but I appreciate your ongoing support. Okay. How would you send me Christmas presents? Huh? I don't get Christmas presents. Being honest. I'm 41 years old. I don't ask for Christmas presents. I don't expect Christmas presents. I don't want anyone sending stuff to my house. I've already said this ahead of time. I guess this is a good time to address this. I don't want anyone sending stuff to my house. Why? I get too many malicious people who do really malicious things. I've had some really awful things happen over the years. If something shows up at my house that I don't know what it is, it literally goes directly into my trash bin. It doesn't even get it into my house. It goes from the mail into the trash in the garage. I don't see it, and it just goes right to the dump. So don't just send me stuff. If you send me stuff, it will go right in the trash. There's been exceptions where sometimes a viewer or someone would write me and be like, hey, I actually have something interesting that maybe you would like. Maybe it would help your streams. Maybe I have a gift of this or that. And if they talk with me ahead of time and we talk it out and we agreed something that I'm interested in, then I might say, okay, I'll accept it. Okay? But please do that. Go that extra step first. Actually, email me ahead of time so we can discuss exactly what it is you're going to send. So that way I'm not just getting stuff willy-nilly at my house. I don't even know what it is, and then I throw it out. Okay? But in general, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're saying you actually want to buy me something physical and send it to me, that's one thing. If you're saying just general, like a Christmas contribution, you can do that anytime. That's up to you. If you wanted to contribute during a stream or whatever and say, hey, Merry Christmas, I want to drop a member bomb, or I wanted to contribute. You can do that whenever you want. You don't have to ask me about it. That's of your own volition. You know what I mean? I don't know about it. In fact, I would prefer not to know. I'd prefer to be happily surprised by someone supporting the channel than to know that something's coming. You know what I mean? So there you go. So it's up to you. But again, if you have something in mind and you want to email me about it ahead of time, we can talk about it. Okay? Cool. Okay. All right. I think it's time to wrap it up for today. I want to say thank you all for a great podcast. I enjoyed it myself. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm hoping that now we've got all the nonsense out of the way, and every day now we can talk about festive stuff, the games I'm playing, game news, and we don't have to have drama. I hate drama. You know how much I hate drama. I'm tired of it. I want the drama to be over, so I hope it's over, and I hope that you all will join me for the streaming fun every day. So far today, we've had no interruptions. This is a good sign, hopefully, of good things to come. Correct? I thank you all very much for joining me on the Level 1 podcast. I wish you all a happy holidays. Again, season's greetings. I can actually start saying this now because it is officially December. That's a good thing. And lots of content coming up here on DSP Gaming very, very soon that I hope you will join me for. I hope you'll stay warm, unlike this fellow, this handsome fellow. And thank you all for watching. See you tomorrow, and peace out.